Hello everyone, it's Fiona Kennedy here with some more Stories Aren't Just for Bedtime. Today's story is called Stuck. Have you ever seen anything stuck up a tree? Well, if you haven't heard this story before, I think you're going to love it because lots of things get stuck up the tree. So why don't you sit down, give the grown-ups 10 minutes peace, and I will read you Stuck by Oliver Jeffers. It all began when Floyd got his kite stuck up a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck. Can you see that? It's a red kite stuck right up the tree. I don't think I could reach that, could you? The trouble really began when he threw his favourite shoe to knock the kite loose. And that got stuck too. Take a look at this. So now what was there in the tree? There was the kite and his shoe. He threw up another shoe to knock down his favourite shoe, and unbelievably, that got stuck as well. Oh no, look. In order to knock down the other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. Now, do you know who Mitch was? Mitch was a cat. I can't even bear the thought of it. Do you think he was going to throw the cat up into the tree? Hang on, let me get my specs. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Look, he did throw the cat up, so now there's what? A kite, two shoes, and a cat stuck up the tree. Floyd fetched a ladder. He was going to sort this out once and for all. And up he threw it. I'm sure you can guess what happened. Look, this is completely bonkers. The ladder got stuck up the tree. Oh my word. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbour and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. I don't think that was too good idea. And wouldn't you know, the bucket of paint stuck. Look. Then Floyd tried a duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair. You're not going to believe this. The kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, their front door to knock down the kitchen sink. Look at all these things that Floyd threw up at the tree. What a boy. No. The family cat to knock down their front door. Hello. Oh my goodness. The milkman to knock down the family cat. An orangutan to knock down the milkman, who surely had somewhere else to be. I mean, Floyd must have been really strong, lifting all these very heavy things, including an orangutan. What's going to happen next? He threw a small boat to knock down the orangutan and a big boat to knock down the small boat. A rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, a long-distance lorry to knock down the rhinoceros, the house across the street to knock down the long-distance lorry. Look at all the things. This is unbelievable. A lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street. How? What are you doing? You won't believe what he's about to throw now. A curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse. And they all got stuck. You bet they got stuck. There's more up in that tree than there is on the ground. Heavens. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. And up they went. First the engine, followed by the firemen one by one. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then, guess what? He had an idea, and he went to find a saw. He lined it up as best he could and hurled it up the tree. Do you see? Look at the big tree trunk and the tiny little saw. What happened next? And that was it. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite came unstuck. Floyd was delighted. He'd forgotten all about his kite and put it to use immediately, enjoying it the rest of his day very much. Can you see? He's got his kite back. That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted. I'm not surprised. I'm exhausted reading this. Though before he did, he could have sworn there was something he was forgetting. Hang on a minute, lads. I've got a great idea. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, I don't think Floyd's idea was really that good. Oh, I've got a visitor here. I've got Bronco come to join me. He likes the story too. Well, I think there's a lesson to be learned about throwing something up a tree, because then you've got to throw something else up to get it down, and then more and more and more and more things. But a really good fun story. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you the next time for Stories Aren't Just for Bedtime.